Love in Store is exactly what I like from a Hallmark film. It's romantic, it's sweet, sometimes a little bit too sickly sweet, and has all of the Hallmark bearings of a classic Hallmark film. This was released in 2020, directed by Paul Ziller, written by Joie Botkin, and stars Robert Buckley and Alexandra Breckenridge. And as you can expect with a Hallmark film, boy meets girl. They have already met, they work together. They both work for a shopping channel, which I thought was really exciting. Hallmark often uses the trope of a TV station or a TV show, usually hosted by the female protagonist. Not always, but usually. And it's one of my favourites. I will gravitate towards those Hallmark films, and usually they deliver. No exception here. And it seems like there's a little bit of competition between them because the show's founder, Sharon, is stepping down and she's looking for somebody to replace her slot. And what's really weird is I watched this on Amazon Prime, and it had I always have subtitles on for no reason other than I like them. And it's spelled Sharon with a Y, but on IMDb it's spelled with an O. The subtitles on IMDb or on Amazon Prime are appalling. But that's off the topic. David and Terrie, Robert Buckley and Alexandra Breckenridge, are both wanting this job, so they have to try and impress. But as with a classic Hallmark film, their rivalry helps to bring them together. But Terrie also has a separate love interest, or failed love interest, that might get in the way of any potential romance, and obviously, as the film progresses, we begin to question who she will end up with, if anybody, and ultimately who will get the job, who will get the promotion to replace Sharon when she retires. I really like it. I think the set designs are great. For me, as somebody who loves TV sets, who loves being in TV studios, I love it. I find it really interesting. So for me, that worked really well. The narrative itself was really fascinating as well. I feel like we didn't get enough information about Terrie's background. With David, we get to see his family, his home. We get a lot more involvement with who he is, who he was, where he came from, and where he is now. Terrie, not to the same extent, so I feel like the character development wasn't balanced. We didn't have enough background information, so the motivation wasn't always 100% apparent, and any development that did happen was either under the radar because we didn't know about a past thing that would have previously stopped them from doing something, but not to any great extent that I felt like I couldn't enjoy the characters. I just feel like a little bit more balance would have been good. One thing I loved about this that makes it very unique compared to every other Hallmark film that I have seen. I've probably seen over 100 now, I think. I need to check that. But this is the first one I've seen that features an escape room. And I love that. I've never been in an escape room, and I really want to. And this one was quite exciting. Difficult. I wouldn't have been able to solve any of those clues, I don't think. I'm not very good at escaping. It's absolutely... It's an absolute delight, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It's not perfect, as I said. A few things with the characters I would have liked done differently. But the setting, the location, the narrative, development of the narrative, generally the character development, but with Terrie, at least, I think we could have done a bit more. I say we, I'm not involved. Acting, obviously, perfectly fine. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. Of all of the Hallmark films I've watched recently, this one may be one of my recent favourites.